First technique in the series, the standard front triangle. Everyone knows it. There's always, though, I think a few details everyone kind of wants to skip over that make this an effective technique. The important danger to remember with the triangle is if you're trying to muscle a weak triangle, if your triangle is not set up well and you're trying to muscle it out, you're going to burn out your legs. And if he then gets out of your triangle and you have to go back up in the stand, you're kind of fucked. Because if your legs are like jelly, you can barely stand up, he's going to take you down and beat you. So, when we're doing the triangle, there's a few points to always keep in mind. Okay? So, everyone I think knows this part. A lot of people want to try and finish the triangle from here. This is going to require a lot of strength. As long as I can see his shoulder and this area is free in his neck, I don't have an effective choke. It's just a crank and a lot of muscle. So what I want to do is cut the corner. I take my hand, go into his thigh, and pull myself 90 degrees to him. Now his shoulders just disappeared. I can't see his shoulder anymore. His arm is now starting to press against his carotid artery. And now, to make it even tighter, I take this foot and I align my shins. From here, you can already hear him start to breathe heavily now. So from here, I just put a little pressure and I get the tap very quickly. I was doing maybe 10%. When you're doing it like this, you don't need a lot of power to get the triangle and you can get the tap very quickly. Okay? So one more time. On the other side, spare your neck. Okay? Again, I take it, this hand, I don't go on his shin. I go under his thigh. Actually, this way so that it's easier to see. I don't go here on his shin because when we start doing escapes, he wants to sprawl with his foot, and if I take his shin, that's easy for him. If I go under his thigh, now try to sprawl, I still keep him, and he actually pulls me into my 90 degrees, which is what I want. Okay? So, again, I trap the triangle with this arm, I go in under the thigh, rotate 90 degrees, align my shins, and just squeeze a little. Okay, that's the standard front triangle or mae zenkaku if you're really big on Japanese terms and you insist everything has to be in Japanese. I just call it the front triangle. Next part. We know if you've been practicing how to do the triangle, now you're going to want to learn how to get out of the triangle. That helps you, A, not get submitted by the triangle, and B, it helps you finish your triangle, because if you know what he has to do to get out, you know what you have to stop to keep him in the triangle. So, I've got a little injury here, so we're going to do this on my left side. So, the first is what we call the early phase escape. He's got the trap, but my arm is not across my face, he hasn't cut the corner. I'm still in a pretty good situation. I'm not getting choked, but I'm in danger. My first thing is I just look at the ceiling and posture up. Now his legs are supporting his own weight. He can't really choke me anymore. From here, I can just peel him off. So, okay, so from this angle, something I don't do, if my hips are here, I don't try to pull him up like this. Gravity's not on my side there. What I do is I bring in my hips, and now I look up. And sometimes I'll even let go because it's not pleasant. Okay? That's your early phase escape. Okay. So, now, sometimes you have an opponent who's a bit better with his triangle. He can close things a bit more quickly and get you in a dangerous position earlier. Then your early phase escape's not going to work anymore. You need what I call the mid-phase escape. So you're not quite getting choked yet, but you're in a lot more danger. So your mid-phase escape would be he closes the triangle, and now he manages to pull my head down and get my arm here. He's not gone 90
this is bad for me. If he's very strong and presses a lot, he can get attacked from here. This is not efficient, but it's dangerous. So, always remember, submission escapes are always to do the opposite of what he wants. So, since for the mid-phase escape triangle, he wants my arm across my face and he wants my posture broken, and you know that he's going to be going for this leg to make his 90-degree angle and finish the triangle. For this leg, I'm sorry. He's going to go for this leg, not this leg. So he's going to try and get 90 degrees for his triangle. My job is to make those three things difficult, if not impossible. So, if he's pulled my arm across, my first job is to take my hands, put them together, shove my elbow back the other way. Now I've taken off the edge of the choke. It's still dangerous, but I'm not in as much danger as before. Then I sprawl with my right leg so that he can't get it. Now he can't cut his angle. From here, I start to stack into him all the while, making sure he is as far away from this leg as I can make it. And you essentially do, it's not quite a double under, it's more like a one under, but it's the same idea. I'm basically pressure passing from there. Okay, so in this direction so that you can see what I'm doing with my legs. Okay, so same idea. Okay, I'm in danger now. Hands together. Get that elbow to the other side and sprawl with the leg. I like to bury my elbow here on the ground as well, because this can block him trying to go for the leg. He reaches for the leg, I can block him. Now, time to start pressuring into him. And now, actually his hooks are already out. The choke's gone. Now I can actually push him out, and I've got this hand on the table. If I want, I can just pass him over this way. We can go into back mounts or whatever from there. We were quite a camera angle. Okay? We rolled out a camera angle. I'll do it one more time so that you can see. Okay, so like I said, he comes here with the arm. He's going for this leg. Hands together, elbow to the other side, other elbow on the ground, and sprawl with that leg. You want this leg as far away. He cannot grab that leg. From here, pressure into him, and start going in. When I get about here, his hooks are out, more or less, and I can start pushing him away, and I'm out. And that is your mid-phase escape. That's when you're in danger, but you're not quite getting choked yet. Sometimes we still have people who are even better at triangles, and they get us in the 90 degrees, and we still need to get a way out, because we don't want to just say, oh, I'm dead. That's why we have late phase escapes. Okay. Last level of defense against the triangle. The late phase escape, okay? This is where we're assuming he gets everything he wants. He gets my arm hit, my shoulder hidden, he gets my arm across the face, he gets the scoop grip, and he gets his 90 degrees, and I'm in danger, okay? So, we're assuming he gets everything he wants. And I'm going to tap if I don't have an escape. So, again, we need to remedy the situation first. So we're going to, he gets his 90 degrees, and it's going to sound counterintuitive. But when he gets his 90 degrees, what I need to do, my arm is already here, and he's got the 90 degrees. It's going to be very hard for me to pull my arm back over here. I don't think, if you're like a titan, maybe, but if you're like a normal human being, you're not going to be strong enough. So what we want to do instead, first priority is negate the choke.
then we escape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift all my weight, this is counterintuitive, but it actually does negate the choke, over to the side that he's choking me on. And I sprawl out with my legs, okay? What that does is that changes the angle again, and it pops out my shoulder. And that takes the edge off the choke. I'm still trapped, but I'm not seeing black, okay? This is what it'll look like. I have to explain it like this because he has a very good triangle, and if I don't show it like this first, then I'm gonna black out. So, okay?
So he gets everything. So I bring my elbow here, scroll,
And now the choke's out. I think you can even hear this on my voice now. It's not as crushed as it was. Then this hand goes to his knee. And again, thumb in the knee, and I start posting out again. Okay? One more time. This way. And that's your leg phase escape. Now, technique's great, but technique's not enough. If you only have techniques but you never actually use it under pressure, that's not going to help you. So we're going to do some very limited, very focused sparring to keep everything nice and tight and really burn in everything we were doing. The way we do this is a simple submission escape sparring session. I set the timer to a minute normally, and the way it works is we start in the trap. My hands are on my chest, and I have him in the trap, but I'm not choking him yet. When the timer starts, he gets to say go. The minute he says go, we have two different jobs. My job is to finish the triangle. I have to get him to tap. His job is to escape. And we try to do that as long as we can. He needs to escape as many times as he can in a minute. I need to choke him as many times as I can in a minute for the exercise. And we just keep doing that until the minute's over. So we'll do a couple of demos. Let's move back a bit so we can make sure we're in camera. Okay, so this is what this looks like. So, okay, you say go. And go. Okay, so other side. Okay, and do socks go.
and go.
Okay. Super. Okay. And again, that just keeps going for an entire minute. Then you switch sides, and then you switch partners. Normally in the first class, we are only doing the submission escapes, and submission escape sparring. We'll do normally about 8 rounds, so about 20 to 30 minutes, just submission escapes. So only doing this for about 30 minutes. It's harder than it looks. It's going to be more strenuous than any sparring round you've ever had, I promise. So, and that's the first level of basically the front triangle program that I've worked out. So the next video is going to be not only using the triangle, but how to get the triangle from bottom position. So, and it'll be covering a related sweep as well, positional escapes. So after you go to the second level, we'll be able to do some side control and mount escapes. Of course, we'll review the submission escapes in the sparring round, and you'll have a sweep that can lead you into the front triangle. That will be up probably about next week. So, have a nice weekend. I'm getting some chocolate.